Beyonce has went through many different changes over the course of her first 6 albums, from the introduction of horns and more jazzier instruments in B-Day, a more hardcore pop influence in I Am Sasha Fierce, and even choosing to take a more darker approach to tell her story in self-titled. If there's one thing that remains constant, Beyonce always has a formula for every project she decides to release. But with the release of Renaissance Act 1, Beyonce has now dropped everything that she has always known to do and redefined what it means to roll out an album. From the lack of visuals, a lack of promotion, and even a lack of live performances, the Queen of Music has made Renaissance Act 1 to be one of the biggest mysteries of 2022. Join me, Brad Hilton, one of your favorite entertainers, as I uncover the reasons why I believe the Queen of Music has now catapulted her success to a whole nother peak due to all the mystery that surrounds this new project. Beyonce has been consistent with her visual components when it comes to every album, from the iconic video Crazy in Love to Run the World, her lead single from 4, and even the whole self-titled album. If there's one thing we can count on with Beyonce, it's for her to serve us some looks. But when it came to her newest 2022 release, Renaissance Act 1, she did things a little bit different. With now almost 3 months under its belt, Renaissance Act 1 still has not provided a full, complete visual component to accompany all 15 songs. Well, I only recognize 15, and in a little bit you'll know why. Now, this isn't the first time Beyonce has not released visuals prior to the album release. On her 2013 release, self-titled, Beyonce actually didn't release any prior promotion in the form of visual components or any advertisement till the day the album dropped. In the release to follow up, Lemonade, she actually did a movie special with HBO that accompanied the whole album. But with this newest album, there still is no visual components. And why? Some blogs have rationalized that maybe she is saving the visual component for what we believe is Act 2. Some people also believe that Beyonce might just not be doing any visuals. She did leave a cryptic note when it came to the release of Renaissance, telling her fans to enjoy this music, Love B. But with her deciding to drop visuals, where does that leave us? Do we feel like she's cheating us out of an era? Do we feel like it's better to soak in the music, or does it just leave us feeling indifferent? I'm not sure. With leaked photos and videos of a possible Break My Soul music video, it has fans on the edge of their seats thinking that we might be served with something from the Queen of Music soon. Which leads me to my next point. As I record this video for you guys today, Renaissance Act 1 still has not seen much promotion since its release, and we're a little shy of 3 months since its debut. Now, when we compare this project to some of Beyonce's earlier projects like B-Day or 4 or even self-titled, it leaves us wondering what's going on. I mean, 4 had a whole TV movie featured on MTV titled Year 4, as well as the Lemonade album, which had a whole movie special accompany it thanks to HBO. Renaissance still is showing no sign of any additional promotion. But a few months back, it was revealed by collaborator Big Frida that Beyonce is actually creating a documentary that will leave fans' mouths on the floor. So how does this make us feel about Renaissance? It sounds like we're being promised something, but we're not entirely sure if we'll get it when it comes to promotion. I mean, prior to the album's release, Beyonce teased a Brandy Album 7 photo on her website, which got fans in an uproar. It immediately led to high speculation that the Queen could be back. And sure enough, she did come back and she dropped a great album, but outside of her own promotion, what promotion was there? Yeah, the blogs picked it up, but I hadn't seen anything on TV or much on radio prior to the release. Actually, I honestly feel like her promotion was stalled due to Drake's release. Honestly, never mind. the Queen still manages not to promote the album after the first mention being 5 months ago. It makes me think that is there something more, or she doesn't feel like doing it anymore. It's so unlike her, considering that she always has a genius plan, but just not with this album. Either she would appear on TV or anything, but she just hasn't. This brings us to the last thing we need to address with Renaissance. No documented performances. For her 2013 project self-titled, the Queen of Music actually was in the midst of a whole world tour, the Mrs. Carter World Tour. On the day of the release and subsequently afterwards, the Queen had then switched her whole set list to match the new songs that she had to add. And then she went on a whole another year-long leg of the tour. Even early in her career, specifically her second album, B-Day, the Queen of Music spent a lot of time promoting and performing her singles on different talk shows. Good Morning America. She actually took the time to work every single she had. When it comes to Renaissance, we haven't even gotten a TikTok. We haven't gotten a TikTok. We haven't got a YouTube short. We haven't gotten a Vine, a Facebook Live, an Instagram Live. We've received nothing other than our favorite influencers and celebrities reacting and living for the album. Beyonce has completely strayed away from doing what she normally does, and it leads a lot of people to believe that maybe her team has failed her, or just maybe this could be all part of the plan. So, with all of the information presented here, what's going on, Beyonce? Where's the stuff? We need the stuff. We need the visuals. We need the album. We need the performances. We need the looks. We need something. You can't just tease 6-second clips of what and then think we're going to be okay. So, if you guys don't know, I love to play devil's advocate. Funny enough, I think that this could be a genius choice on Beyonce's part, and I'm going to tell you guys exactly why. But first, just go ahead and tap that like button and tap that subscribe button. I said it once and I'll say it again. For all your beauty needs, please hit up my girl, Minx Asia. That is if you're in the Northeast Florida area. She gonna get you right, give you that everyday lash look.
Basically talking about the pros and cons of being an influencer, looking at different influencers, like higher influencers in the game, and seeing how being an influencer has impacted them financially and mentally, and basically just posing the question of if being an influencer is worth it. But I mean, some people gonna feel like it's not. A lot of people gonna feel like it's not. A lot of people feel like, oh, I want to be private, I'm more exclusive if I'm private. But in reality, there.
Now on to the question existing. Why could the lack of a formula for Renaissance Act 1 catapult Beyonce into the next leg of her career? Frankly, it could be because she just doesn't give a fuck. Or, truth be told, upon deep thinking, this really could be her rollout. I don't believe it's on accident that the Queen of Music has actually been very tight-lipped about everything. Outside of her Renaissance party and the few TikToks we've seen, she hasn't said anything else. But what we do know is there's 2 pending acts to come, and we're not quite sure if that's visuals and a tour or 2 whole more projects. But what we do know is she has abandoned everything she's done in the past, and the girls are mad about it. She chose to let go of her old sound and try a new route with disco and house themed music. This is the first time she's been the most revealing on an album cover. Beyonce continues to reinvent herself with every new era she embarks on, and she even takes it a step further by making sure she breaks the mold each time she's getting ready to do something new. So when it comes to Renaissance Act 1, I don't believe this is any different, although this is very strange for us, and it kind of makes me a little uncomfortable to know that I may or may not be getting any visuals. This does lead me to believe that we're still in good hands and the Queen knows exactly what she's doing. So what do you guys think of the mystery of Renaissance? Are you guys sold by the lack of promotion? Does it bother y'all? Are y'all satisfied? And how do y'all even just like the album as a whole? Sound off in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this talk about Renaissance, You guys will definitely want to check out my next video where I go over all of Beyonce's greatest eras, and I even tell you guys which era I feel like is my favorite.